Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is actually a continuation of the two-part season finale of Daytime Divas. So I'm just gonna jump in where I left off at the end of the last video. I can't promise you that it actually corresponds to the video numbers. That's why it says plus or minus. So just so that you're aware, so I'm looping back a little bit, just one little asterisk, but not all the way back. Okay. So, or forward to wherever. So let's just jump right in. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and for being here. So we see Mo. Oh no. Okay. So again, Max is with Kibby's mom, and Max is like, you know, we got to protect Tandy, and the mama is like, protect Tandy from what? Tandy got a good job, she getting a good job, that other child is just jealous. I know because I'm her manager. And Max is like, as moms we got to help. And the other woman is like, Tandy and Kibby's mom is if you want to help, go volunteer at a soup kitchen, leave my children out of it because I got this. Oops. Hold on a second. Okay, so then we see Mo coming to Max, and she thinks that Kibby is right about Vance, and Max is kind of like, wait, you care about somebody outside of yourself? As busy as too busy to be at 2 shows, 2 hours. I don't know what that means. But basically, Mo is coming around to see that Kibby is correct and to see that something is not right about this situation with her TV dad. We see Mo having a stand-up show on the lunch hour. They've created this scenario. She and Max have come up with this situation to kind of handle things. So Mo is having a stand-up hour or a stand-up moment on the lunch hour. They're giving her a little segment, and she is outing Vance and his child molesting, drug pushing ways. And Kibby's social media is blowing up with haters. Mo ends up getting fired from her sitcom by Jason, that's who I always call the higher-upper, for outing Vance, because they feel that Vance is more valuable than her, and you know, they just, hey. But the women of the lunch hour have come together and united, or some of the women have united to support this young woman in her trauma. So yay, we all for that, even if you got to lose a job or two. Okay, so then we see Anna at the lunch hour set, and she is asking Nina, where is my tape? Nina is like, I'm getting it scrubbed. And Anna is like, liar, you wanted to steal my story. Did she? We know Nina has a history, but is it like a history, or was that an isolated incident? We don't know. And then Max comes out, and she says, I'm working on a story about you with Nina. And that's what Anna says to Max. And Max says to Nina, look, I know about your Pulitzer, and you'll have to take a weather girl job somewhere in Poughkeepsie or somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And Nina is like, well, you'll have something to watch from prison. Just tell Sean the truth, because he's really stressed about this. Just tell him the truth, that you killed the man or whatever, you know. And then we see BJ. Oh, BJ, that's the little Ella, one of Heather's children, the one that's trans. The husband calls the child BJ. The child has asked to be called Ella, with her mom, or with mom preparing for the pageant. And Heather is pushing and pushing and pushing, because she wants her to be excellent and to, you know, win. She's competitive. And the dad is like, why are you pushing? And he's like, good job, son. Shine. So I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get out of this glare. So he kind of clean up his son and make his sunshine. I thought that was cool, considerate. And then we see Leon and Mo, and they sexting some of the sadness, some of her sadness away at losing her her sitcom job, her second job, or second or third or whatever job. Then we see Kibby and Max, and Max is like, you're not hiding. Max is, you know, I think the child says she's going to India for peace and tranquility. Kibby is like, I'm out of here. And Max is like, you're not hiding. You're not going to India for peace and tranquility. And Kibby is like, America hates me. They're calling me a hoe. And Max is like, you think you are the first woman to go through something like this? And Kibby is like, I'm not even Vance's first. And then they get an idea. And then we see Kibby making a social media video with her arch nemesis from Lacey from Outer Spacey, the little co-star that, you know, we've seen on the show, and they don't get along, who had the restraining order against her. And we find out that he preyed on both of them. They're making a duo video for social media, and that's why we don't get along, they say. And then we see Nina. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, let me see if I can finish this up. Somebody parked behind me, so I don't have much further to back up to get out of this glare. So then we see Nina at Max's door, and she says, I know Sonny Boy Sean killed Ted. How could you keep this secret? And the mama Max is like, you know, Sean was different then. He was drinking, he was drugging, and Ted took Sean's trust fund money and lost it all in a high-risk investment. And Sean was mad, and he killed Ted. And I called William because he was the only person that I could trust. We both love Sean, and I'll keep the secret too. And then they call Anna, and they tell her that the tape disintegrated. And, you know, Nina's like, you know, we both tried to get the story out, but she's lying. And then we see Mo at Heather's inner beauty pageant. She's like the MC, and Kibby is winning and courageous. I don't know what that's about. Yup, had to get back on stage. Oh, we're talking about Kibby. So I guess they're talking backstage about, you know, somebody winning and being courageous. And Mo is like, well, I had to get back on stage. And then she realized, oh, it's not all about Mo. It's about somebody else. And she like, oh, we talking about Kibby. Okay, so then we see Max and Kibby with Andrew. And Max is getting Kibby's job back with Andrew. He must be the higher upper. She's getting the job back with the pay raise and with mandatory rehab. And Max makes Andrew call Mo on the second job tip since her sitcom was canceled. So Mo is back to hosting the beauty pageant after she talked to the higher upper. And Ella was not so good in the talent section. Then we see Nina and Sean is like, tape, was it William? I want closure. And Nina's like, yeah, the tape disintegrated. So she's sticking to that same lie with him. She don't want her baby daddy to know what's going on. And then we see, why they park all the way back here if they walking all the way over there? Messing up my backup space, but I'm about to finish. Okay, so we see that Ella is about to lose the pageant, or it seemed like she's about to lose the pageant, and she's being asked the interview question, how would you change the world? And Ella says, I would make 3D copies of my mom and dad and give them to everyone. They love me, my mom and dad, no matter what. It's so sweet. She doesn't win, but she had fun, and she says Ella says that Ella is looking forward to next year. Then Nina comes into her office and finds Anna listening to the tape, the cleaned up version on the tape, and Anna's like, yeah, I got it on the cloud, so I didn't believe your story, and I got a copy of it, and it's on the cloud, so you can't delete it. And she says, I love the plot twist on the story, which Sean is the murderer, and I'm calling the detective right now. And then Anna, Max, and Nina are together, and Max is like, you know, have some compassion. You know, you're trying to hurt me, not Sean. And Nina is like, well, what if I give you some other stories? And then we're on the lunch hour again, and they're welcoming back Kibby, and Kibby is like, I learned to never be afraid to speak truth. And Max is like, speaking of truth, today's special guest is Anna. And Anna is like, I am a journalist with an instinct for truth. And Max is like, I told the police that I came home and found my hubby dead. And Anna is like, the person responsible was Maxine. And Max is like, yes, it was me. I was ashamed. I'm a strong, formidable woman in an abusive relationship. And Max ends up getting arrested, and Mo claims the left chair. And then I think Anna says, wouldn't it be funny if I won the Pulitzer for exposing your stolen Pulitzer? Ha ha ha. So she must be saying that to Nina. And then Nina is like, just remember the deal. Sean never finds out like the truth. Okay, so then Sean seems to be listening to the tape, and Nina walks in, and Sean looks at Nina with anguish. And that's the end of the episode. That's the end of the season. I love Daytime Divas. I think that people are sleeping on Daytime Divas. Not those of us who are in the know who are watching, but everybody else. I love Daytime Divas. It's funny, it's clever, it's smart, it's quick moving. It's got drama, it's got funny. I love it. The acting is great. I think that it's a great, look, I'm talking all loud. I got all excited. I love the idea that, you know, this woman who worked in this daytime talk has taken this show, and it's not really a tell-all. It's not janky in that way at all. It makes fun of you know, the genre, but it also kind of shows the women, you know, they have their tension, but I like to see them working together. I like to see them as real people dealing with real issues. I like to see all the co-hosts coming on. It's not like dogging out anybody, like I have a vendetta against Barbara Waters, and so I'm gonna make this show to make her look bad. It's not like that at all. It's better than that. It's like she's taken her experience and she's elevated it to something that, you know, I really, I'm trying to think of the child's name who I'm thinking of, who the lawyer who was on the daytime show. She got married on the show. Star Jones. I just really love, I haven't read the book, but, you know, I just love this work. I think it's excellent. I'm waiting for next season. I hope you're waiting for next season. I hope we spread the word in between and that more people catch up on it. Look, I can't move back anymore, but we're finished. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up, liking, commenting, subscribing. Do you love the show? Have you watched the show? What do you love about the show? If you're not into the show, what can they do to improve it? That's all I got, I guess. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you're welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe. I'm working on 150 subscribers. Yay! And that's what I got. Fabulites. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace.